Hey, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Shanae and today we're going to make pumpkin pie. Happy November, by the way. This is the first video of this month, which means it's part of our bake and share tradition. We are sharing really easy and delicious recipes for you to bake and share with the people around you. And today's pumpkin pie recipe is super easy, no pie dough skills required. So this pumpkin pie recipe is actually a simplified version of my original tall pumpkin mousse pie recipe. And I created this recipe a couple of years ago when my kids were very little and we still wanted to enjoy pumpkin recipe. We didn't want to go through whole pie dough from scratch, so I created a simplified version, and this could not get any easier than this. So for today's recipe, you will need store-bought puff pastry, pumpkin puree, sweetened condensed milk, brown sugar, eggs, a little bit flour, cinnamon, and allspice if you would like, and a little bit salt. We'll start with preparing our crust. If you have time, you can always make my all butter pie crust dough. I will link it up here. I already have a video for it. Let's go ahead and get started with our crust. By the way, this recipe makes 2 pies, which is perfect for making one for yourself and one for sharing. So I have a regular puff pastry here, and I like to roll it a little bit to fit my pie dish, just slightly. This should be good. And you can cut out these corners so the edges are even. And roll the edges out like so. And then crimp the edges. And do the same with the next crust. Now the pie crust is going into the freezer while we are preparing the filling, and freezing helps to reduce the shrinkage. Another tip, have the crimps over the edges of the pie dish. That way they don't shrink all the way down and they will stay nice and tall during the baking. They will shrink a little bit, but if you keep it over the edge, they will stay up there. Into the freezer it goes, and we'll start with the filling. And to make the filling, we'll start with 3 eggs. I'm going to whisk the eggs until it's at least tripled in size and turn into pale yellow mixture. And I'll show you what that means. At least about 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, 5 minutes if you're using hand mixer. And in stand mixer, it usually takes about 3 minutes. So I'll show you when it's ready. So my eggs are ready. Look how much it grew. Nice pale yellow color. Now we're going to add all the rest of the ingredients. I'm using homemade pumpkin puree. It's unbelievably flavorful. We already made some pie yesterday with this, and it's just so flavorful. But the canned pumpkin also works. When we're buying pumpkin puree, make sure to buy 100% pumpkin puree. Pumpkin puree and pumpkin pie filling is completely 2 different things. So make sure to read the labels carefully. And into the mixture, we're going to add a can of sweetened condensed milk. Add super nice creaminess. And then brown sugar. You can use light or dark brown sugar, doesn't matter. I'm using dark brown sugar today. Flour helps to thicken the mixture. And powdered cinnamon and salt. And then whisk the mixture until it's nice and smooth for about 3 minutes. And scrape the sides of the bowl once, just so everything is combined evenly. Pumpkin pie filling is ready. Smells so good. And now we'll pour the filling into both shells. Try to be as even as possible. Now the pies are going into the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 35 to 40 minutes. To check for doneness, you want to jiggle the pie dish a little bit. The edges should be set and the center should be slightly jiggly. And we'll show you when they come out. So my pies have baked and have been cooling for a few hours, and now it's ready to be decorated and devoured. I've prepared my whipped cream here. You can check out my shorts video. I will link it up here. It's really delicious whipped cream for pies. I'm going to pipe around the edges so that it looks really nice and pretty, and we'll taste test it together. Okay, my pie is ready, and let's go ahead and give it a taste test together. I'm going to get a nice and generous slice. Look at that, perfect. Let's give it a taste test. So perfect. I'm going to have a little bit with whipped cream. You have to try this easy pumpkin pie recipe, and I really hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.